earnest aspiration was to become like this man. Frank Zappa, one of the great composers of the 20th century, a unique combination of talents that understood the nuances of both popular music and music more seriously considered. In lieu of cruising for burgers and maintaining social circles, I spent my childhood and teenage years devouring, analyzing, and criticizing all music. College gave my obsession free rein to explore the soundscapes that satisfied my curiosities, and some internationally renowned composers helped me give voice to my creations. I showed promise, some commissions, a prize or two. I was in the hunt to become an enfant terrible in the avant-garde, a trailblazer for sonic possibilities, a maverick in the wild. And it's these auspicious beginnings that catapulted me to my now successful career as a bass player for pop country music singers. I'm talking about show business, people. Making headlines, sold out stadiums, private jets, adoring fans. Roll Tide indeed. It was not the plan, but I'm grateful for how it turned out. My love for music has always been something suprahuman, something that escapes what it is to be a person. Country music, by stark contrast, is all about personal experience, and it goes for the types of experience that wrangle and edify the most people. It's a populist form. You see, to play country music, you don't need to practice florid counterpoint or understand how integral serialism works. Really? You just need to know 3 chords and appreciate the everyday low prices at Walmart. That's not much of a barrier for entry, and the simplicity of it would make my younger self scoff. Sometimes I wonder if that little kid would even recognize the astonishing levels of talent I've encountered in this genre. I'd love to make him a believer in the deceptive sophistication of the music and the wisdom of its fans, how they can instinctively detect whether there's truth in what they're hearing. The composition of country music is simple and formulaic in order to never distract from its primary goal, which is to make a direct emotional connection with its audience, with its listeners. Making this music well takes a lifetime to master. But the general architecture of it is so simple, we can knock that out in about 10 minutes. So, you may have heard of the Nashville number system. In a nutshell, this is a simple language used to communicate some basic parameters of music, particularly harmony, as in chord progressions, and form, as in don't bore us, get to the chorus. This system, which is not unlike the harmonic analysis done in music theory classrooms, can be communicated verbally or even with hand signals. For instance, this is the 1 chord. Which finger you use can depend on what kind of a day you're having. But most often, we see this system written down in something called a chart. So, here we have Heartbreak Hotel by Elvis Presley, a relatively simple chart. Now, there are any number of styles for how to make these things, but I prefer to do mine in Sharpie with big, readable numbers. It makes it easy to see on a dark stage. Easy to make out if you've been drinking margaritas since brunch, like I have. But style notwithstanding, on any of these charts, you're bound to see something like a song title or some relevant information about what you're playing. A key center, kind of like a key signature, but blunter. An E normally means E, technically 4 sharps. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say that most experienced musicians don't really think about sharps and flats anymore. Playing in one key is the same as playing in any other. What's that? Oh, it's the not-so-faint grumbling of keyboard players everywhere. Ha! Here we have an indication of meter. Now, you may be used to seeing two numbers here, 2/4 time, 4/4 time. Popular music is all about pulse, and we almost always get 4 beats to a bar. And I'm quite a busy man, thank you very much, so I just write one number. Au courant. Finally, the numbers themselves. Metrically, each number represents one measure of music. And this is in 4 beats to the bar. So everybody count with me, please. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you're on it. 1, 2, 3. Keep that going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell. It's down at the end of lonely street at Heartbreak Hotel now. All right, very good. We had a couple overhangs there, but that's okay. That's okay. Practice at home. So these numbers, they help to keep us all on the same page time-wise. And likewise, we have partitions here, splitting the songs into sections, making it easy on the eyes. And this is a simple verse form as indicated by the little V's in the boxes. So in Heartbreak Hotel, we get more or less the same section a few times until everybody packs up and goes home. In the case of Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, the form gets a little bit more complex. So you kill a guy here, you sing an opera here, you bang your head here, bang a gong at the end, and that's how you get booked at Live Aid. Okay, so what's the difference between a 1 and a 4 and a 5, for instance? To understand this, it's going to require the world's quickest harmony lesson. Bear with me if this feels technical. All right, it's an old, useful cliche to think of melody as the horizontal aspect of music, right? And if we think of it as the horizontal aspect, we can think of harmony as the vertical aspect. All right, so here's a melody for you. Do, re, mi. Well, you guys know where I'm going with this, so sing along with me, please. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Well done. Actually, it was pretty good. No, it was a little pitchy, to be honest with you. Don't worry about it. We'll fix it in post, okay? All right, so this is a very powerful melody for us. This is an important tool. This is a major scale, right? And almost any singable melody you can think of is based, at least distantly, on this scale. And it's very powerful because it's also where we derive all of the chords that we use. So, how do we do that? First, I want to get rid of do, re, mi. Let's replace it with numbers. This is Huntsville, so hopefully we're pretty comfortable with that idea in this room. So, do, re, mi becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And very simply, you take each scale degree, stack 2 more alternating scale degrees on top, making our 3-node chords called triad. What the hell is this guy talking about? Let's demonstrate. We good to go? Okay. So the major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Starting on 1, skip 2, 3, skip 4, 5, 1, 3, 5. That is our 1 chord. And if we do that for each scale degree, 2, 4, 6, keep going, that's the 2 chord, 3 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord, 6 chord. Oh, this one's a little less stable. 7 chord, we don't use it very much, so who cares? Back to the 1 chord, all right? So, if we go back to Elvis, we have all the tools we need to start making some music. Look at this chart. We really only got to know like 3 chords to do this damn thing, right? So, we're back into E. That's our key center, all right? So, here's our 1 chord. Here's our 4 chord. Here's our 5 chord, and there's the 1 chord. Don't worry about this one. You're going to like it much better over here, I tell you what. Do those chords, do the relationships between them sound familiar to you? I hope so, because these are 3 very famous chords. These are the chords of 3 chords and the truth fame. These are the chords of, hey, that band only knows 3 chords fame. 1, 4, and 5. It ain't much, but you got a lot if you got it. So, since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell. It's down at the end of lonely street at Heartbreak Hotel now. You make you so lonely, baby. You get you so lonely, baby. You make you so lonely, I could die. And that's music right there. That's how we make it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Boo. Okay, so the first thing you may have noticed is, well, you didn't play the triads like you demonstrated them to me, right? Well, thank goodness, right? Because that would have been boring. That's exactly what a player's supposed to do. You take these basic building blocks of a composition and marry it immediately to the idioms of your instrument, right? In this way, making popular music is a playful interchange between order and chance. Speaking of indeterminate forces, somebody name a song. Freebird. I wonder why you request that song. Is there anything specific about it? It's good in this state, right? Yeah. I think we can do Freebird. We can do Freebird. Okay, what's your name? Rachel, would you be willing to help me out? Oh, that's fantastic. Rachel. Yes. Tripper, nice to meet you. Right on. Okay, can you hold this for me, please? Very good. This is a piece of technology known as a whiteboard. Oh, and there's even a pen back here. Wait, I've got one in my back pocket. Check me out. Okay, so does anyone know what key Freebird's in? I don't have perfect pitch. Okay, actually, I've played this song enough times. I hope I've played it enough times by now. Can you, oh, Rachel, you're holding it upside down. Yeah, just turn it, no, yeah, there you go. See, that's perfect, thank you. That's okay, I'm a professional, I'll rise above. All right, hold it up just a little bit up here. I don't want to cover your face or anything, but I do want my TED Talk to be awesome. So let's make this little chart. Okay, well, we don't want to upset the copyright people, so we'll call this Liberated Bird. Liberated Chicken? No, that's lowbrow humor. I don't do that. Okay, I don't know what key it's in just yet, so I'll have to pick that up on the guitar. But we know it starts on 1, 5/7, 6, and then flat 7, 4, yeah, 4, 5, and we'll just let that be the intro right there, and then 1. And then oh, that's incorrect. I'm sorry. All right, here we go. Keep holding that up, Rachel. You're doing great. Now, let's see what key this thing is in. Let's see what state my guitar playing skills are in. I'm not going to do the solo at the end. Are you heartbroken? I get it. So am I. Oh, I think G is actually right. We're gonna do this in G anyway. That's a good Leonard Skinner key. All right. So G, if you could, Rachel, if you can hold this up for everybody else, I ought to know how to play this song. Any self-respecting studio musician ought to be able to play this song. I'm more of a touring guy, but if I aspire to the studio, I need to be able to do this. Okay. Starting 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's pretty good so far, right? Well, hell, I think we got this. Everybody sing along. If I leave it tomorrow, where are the lighters? Would you still remember me? Don't sing the words exactly, we're gonna get sued. 'Cause I'm as free as a bird now. And this bird you cannot change. Oh, and this bird you cannot change. Lord knows I can't. The sound guy's just like, you really, did you have to go for it? We've been having pops the whole damn time and you went for it. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Rachel. Didn't she do a great job? Thank you. I will take this, and thank you very much. So check it out. So this is obviously just a tool for the music making process. It's not like the answers to a test or a cheat sheet. It's really more like it's like a blueprint for how certain aspects of a song are to be constructed, right? I love making these things. I've made thousands of these things. Making these things are easy, right? Bringing them to life is really, really hard. Like, for instance, one fraction of a beat more or less per minute can make or ruin one of these simple 3-chord songs. My most meaningful and enduring relationships have been forged in the creative fires of finding the right word to rhyme with pork rinds. Or making the perfect groove in a song about a nice-looking butt. It is not an exaggeration to say that this inherently personal music has influenced me to become a better friend, a more mature adult, and even a happier guy overall. Most importantly, I have country music to thank for introducing me to my loving wife. That's me on the right. A little over 10 years ago, I was on my first big tour, and we played a show with Luke Bryan right as he was out promoting his very first single. When I met him, he was wearing gym clothes, strumming a guitar in a field about 50 meters away from the stage. I told him, I'm brand new to this genre. I'm embarrassed to know so little about country music, but I really dig the song you got on the radio. Luke thanked me very graciously, and this is what he said. All I want to do is sing songs that make people feel the way I want to feel when I listen to music. Well, hell, if that ain't country, I don't know what is. Thank you all very much.